fall evening. The sun is setting. The dog finally stopped barking. Life is good. But inside, there's trouble brewing, and Emma has no idea. Although she feels fine, like her father, Emma is one of the 67 million adults in the U.S. with high blood pressure or hypertension. Just like her radiator that's on the fritz, Emma's heart is working overtime to get the job done. Let's have a look. The heart is the pump in our bodies, delivering blood to the entire system through a set of pipes, or blood vessels of all sizes. Smoking, high cholesterol, diabetes, obesity, physical inactivity, family history, and increased age all contribute to these blood vessels, or our pipes, becoming less elastic. The more blood our heart has to pump through stiff, narrowing arteries, the higher our blood pressure. When the force of the blood against our artery walls is too high, life-threatening health problems can result. Problems like kidney disease, heart disease, stroke, even heart attack. Can Emma get her pressure down before it's too late?
Hey everyone, it's Orion Meadows again with the PIC TV network, and this is Hello America, coming back at you once again live from Chicago, all the way from Washington, D.C. Dr. Evans is kind of busy right now, but you know, I've been doing this for a while, so I got it, but he is watching and he is listening. So today, I have a special guest. It gives me my pleasure to be able to have him on here. But first, I just want to talk about a few things before we bring up our guest. One Aim, Illinois is a coalition that is fighting against gun violence. And so I've had the pleasure to work with One Aim and executive director, Mr. Yolanda Andrazo, on a few projects. And so she called me up, asked me to be part of this project, help, put it together, curate it, and so forth. And so, I was obliged to do it, working in the field of nonviolence and, trying to bring people's awareness about the impact that violence has on our communities. By doing that, I felt like I should be part of this. And then also being an artist, I try to use my art as a way of being able to inspire and motivate people to try to do positive things, because that's definitely what we need. We need more positivity out in the world. So many things going on in Chicago alone, right? A lot of politics involved. You got some people who are disgruntled. I won't go into all of those things. I have friends on, or rather, I should say, I have associates on various sides. So I try to be open-minded. I try to be open-minded and understand that we're all going through something. And a lot of times people really look at it through just their own lens without being able to do the proper investigation about what the other party is going through. Excuse me. And about their position and why they have their position. So Around the world, we have a lot of violence going on around the world. It's been going on for a while, but more attention is being paid to it. Hopefully, we can find a way to have peace or some kind of resolution that does not, result in the violence, a perpetuation of the violence that we have been seeing in the past. So yeah, hopefully we'll have a good show. I really believe that we will. It's so I think we have over 120 people, somewhere between 120 and 140 people who have registered for our show tomorrow. It's going to be a wonderful show. I have Tony Mono Flow, another spoken word artist, Lottie D, Mr. Just B, he's an R&B performer, and he also dabbles in hip hop, and I've even heard him do a little, I think, spoken word before. Let's see, who else did I forget? Someone I think I forgot somebody. But yeah. Anyway, and besides that, I'll be performing. I'll be performing as well. But and then we'll have an open mic. But it's going to be a community mixer. But I have some very inspirational people there, and people who are just kind-hearted and motivated to do the right thing. So without further ado, I want to bring up our special guest for today, and he will also be performing. That's probably why I forgot, because he's probably the last person. I think I named everybody else that's going to be performing there. And so, yeah, that's why I forgot, because I wanted to save him for last. So once again, without further ado, I'm going to bring up our guest, who will be a performer at our event as well, Mr. Thomas Da Vinci. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, brother. How you doing, man? Thanks for having me.
Yep. I'm pretty good. And so, Thomas Da Vinci, I know that. Tell the world about you. I know that you're a hip hop artist, but just for the audience that's out there, people who haven't heard about you, where are you from? So let's start with that.
Chicago, Illinois. My name is Thomas Ray Gentry, to be exact. I'm just a regular person, human being, living on this earth. I'm from America, USA, Chicago, Illinois, to be exact. But I'm a hip hop artist. I rap, sing, produce. I play the piano. Trying to pick up the bass. And I'm just here to motivate and inspire and give back in the best way possible which is through vibration, through energy. And I feel like, to me, the best way to do that, I can do that, is through music, because it's something everybody can only experience through vibration, through waveform. So, but yeah, that's me, world. Thomas.
Right. Okay. So, I'm going to try to remember this, because sometimes when, we have a dialogue and we get involved, sometimes we forget certain things that come to our mind. Then as you were talking, I had a question, but I'm going to save it. Hopefully we'll have enough time and I won't forget, but I just want your opinion on this. As you were talking, it came to mind. But so when and how did you begin performing?
Oh man. Technically, my first performance was second, third grade. It was an assembly it was assembly I had at my elementary school. I'm having a flashback right now. We was promoting the ISAT test, and my class decided to perform a song and whatnot. And I was known to play the keyboard and all that stuff and play the piano. And I brought my keyboard to school, and I vouched that let's do a song, let's write a song, let's do that for our presentation for the assembly. And so I just started playing a beat, the grinding beat that was popular around the time. And all my friends wanted to, no, let's do that. And so for that was my first performance, because I wrote my first rap You know, it was like fourth grade, I think third, fourth grade, and I bit Biggie Smalls. I was like, friends, they not friends if they robbing me, stopping me, and from getting A's and B's and stuff like that. And so my first performance will be third, fourth grade. How old was I? What was that?
Well, it's like 8, 9. That's
Yeah,
about
around that age. Yeah, around that
Yeah.
age, like 6, 7, 8. It's like I was young, man. I knew I was real young, but yeah, it was my first time performing.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you had bit Biggie Smalls, but that's really how you start, right? Most
Mhm.
rappers, you start off biting somebody,
Mhm.
and so that's with hip hop. That's actually a biting culture. It's kind of ironic, right? Because I remember when, and now it's not as much of a big deal. I mean, we it's more monetary, like with
Yeah.
Boost and Rod Wave. We've been seeing a little controversy about that, right?
Mhm.
But hip hop when it began, that's what you did. You took from other people, right?
Yeah, you
But
was inspired.
right. But then at the same time, I remember when there were rappers, artists who used to say, "Hey, you biting my style," and so I think that there's like a certain level of or a certain degree that you can bite or take away from someone else, but then
It's a
you
grace period. I like to say it's a grace
not
period.
not replicated, not entirely replicated, you know. And
I
so
like
that's
to
the
say
huh?
I like to say it's a grace period for an artist like a rapper to be able to bite a style and to copy someone else's flow, and that's only when they're first starting out because that's how you
Right,
learn. You
right,
imitate who you listen to the most and whatnot.
right,
And so whether it's from lyrics, from word for word, and you write around that, or it's from flow, that's. But it's a grace period, I say, because you're
right,
supposed to develop and add more to it and make it your own and
right,
whatnot. And that's when it becomes an issue when you come off as established and it's somebody else's whole style. And it's like, nah, this is not your style.
right. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, and that's just about with any. I can't remember who exactly said it, but it was a famous artist who was not a rapper, had come from another genre. Um, but he basically said that all artists start out copying somebody else. They imitate someone else
Oh wow.
until they get to a point to where they develop their own style or they have their own voice. But you have to start out, right? You have to start out imitating someone somewhere. Uh,
Ideally, that's how it come about.
yeah, but the line, it's a very fine line.
Very,
When
very.
does when does it cross the line to where it becomes like especially in our culture, like hip hop biting, you know, instead of just somewhat I guess you could say admiration, inspiration to crossing the line of being a biter, as they used to say, right?
Yeah. And that line varies though. It is a line though. It's definitely a line, but it varies between, who you talk about, who biting who, and
Right,
because you can bite someone and someone else can have a problem with it, but the person you biting don't have a problem with it. And then is it that okay?
right, right.
It's blurred. It's blurred. But
And we
that's why being original is the best way to go.
Yeah, definitely. And we saw that a little bit with Jay-Z when they were saying you're not a writer, you're a biter.
Yeah.
Uh
Yeah.
and then even but Lil Wayne, if you remember on the Carter, what was that, the Carter 3? But he said that, I bite. So and that even goes back to even you might not remember or I don't know if you heard the song or paid attention to the lyrics, but with Digital Underground, when Shock G, rest in peace to him, where he had the character Humpty,
Something, yeah.
and he said, "I like to bite," and so yeah, even way back then, he was acknowledging that. So, but
Some people can do it, some people can't. It's
yeah,
just it's
yeah,
the way you
yeah.
do it, and it's the way you do it.
And speaking of
Weird
that,
Al Yankovic, he was the biter of all biters.
yeah. But the thing
The whole
about it
career.
was, but see, here's
He
the
named hip
difference
hop.
with a Weird Al, right?
Yeah.
And to me, Weird Al is a genius.
You had an
Al,
idea. Great idea.
He's a to me. I think Weird Al is a genius. What he did, White and Nerdy.
Yeah,
That's not easy. The way that he is able to imitate the
flow.
artists from various genres. It's not just like it's one genre. He can go anywhere, and then he could take the song and he can do it very, very well. Right? It takes time. Think about that. Right? To study. He studies the other art. He studies the artist. From various genres, even the cadence, everything, and then he goes back and then he rewrites the song. Right?
Yeah.
But in a parody.
Yeah.
And some may say with certain songs he did it better, right? Like, whoa, he kind of outdid this guy, even though it's a parody.
Yeah, you know what? I just remember he did that Trapped in the Drive-Thru. That was kind of almost better than the Trapped in the Closet series.
Yeah,
It was hilarious. Dang, I forget. That man is a genius. I gotta give him his props.
Weird Al is a genius. Another thing that came to mind as we were talking. So I have a book called The Rose That Grew Through the Barbed Wire.
Okay.
And in the book, it's poetry, but it's also art in it. And so what I did was I commissioned artists. And these were great artists. Like they could take a portrait of King or someone or anyone, and they could do it exactly, make it look exactly like the person, like that Bob Marley in the back. They could do that, Yeah. And so, but what I did was one thing that I noticed, not from all of them, but a lot of them, was that that's exactly what they did. They copied something. And so I had read in a book that creating something means to bring something new and not to replicate. So you're not really creating, you're copying, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But creative, like you may take something that's already in existence, but you have to add something, bring something to it. Other than that, you're just making a replica. That's not true creativity in that sense. It's art, but it's still not creating something, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you.
Right. And so what I did was I challenged them. I said, hey, I had some, because I can't paint, I can't draw, but by me being an artist, actually, like when I write poetry, I see sometimes what I'm writing. I don't even have a word. Sometimes I see it. Not always, but sometimes I actually see it. And then I put it into forms of words. But I said, hey, listen, I got this this idea in my head, and could you draw this like this and like that? And they did it. Some of them took on the challenge. I paid them. I told them I'd give them credit for it. They did it. And so then that's when, but what it did was it unleashed something in them, because they began coming back with their own ideas after that. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, you know what? I thought about putting this in there. What do you think about that? Because they were so used to just replicating what they saw. But what they did was it sparked something in them by challenging them to start taking something that was not there, because they were just getting the description of what I said I wanted. I didn't have anything on paper that they could look at, a blueprint or something, and say, okay, I'm going to do. They got the idea of it, and then they went and created that, and then they began coming back after a while, like, hey, you know what? I added this to it. What you think about that? So, yeah. Wow. Yeah, just having that conversation made me think about that. Da Vinci.
Yes, sir.
So Da Vinci, what is it about Da Vinci that drew you to Da Vinci and for you to take on that moniker?
Plain and simple. Leonardo da Vinci shared the same birthday as me, April 15th. Yeah.
Okay. So
I figured he was in, and also it was around the time where, like, rappers had rap names, right? That was popular. You couldn't really, be taken serious as a rapper if you didn't have an alias.
Right.
And, I was just going under my regular name, and people, I didn't mind it, but people around me was, like suggesting constantly, like, you should get a name, you should get a name, you should get a name, change your name, find a name, or something. And so just to be a rebel, I found a name, but I added my name to it still, Thomas, and it's still like a part of me, because the Da Vinci side, his birthday is the same as my birthday. I have some type of personal linkage to it. It ain't just something random. I ain't put it in a generator and it just popped
Right.
up. That's my name
Right.
now. Like, nah, if I gotta have a name, I'm gonna change it. It's gonna be something, that's connected to me. And I'm thinking about changing it again.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's up to you, but I think it's a dope name. So everyone, this is the Pick TV Network. We're on the Hello America program. I'm with my special guest today, Thomas Da Vinci. He is a hip hop artist, and he also plays several instruments. Working on a new one, I believe, as he said.
I play one, mainly piano.
Just the piano, okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So he's also a pianist, and we're broadcasting live from Chicago. We're also on Facebook at the Pick TV Network. You're on my Facebook as well for those who are out there, Orion Meadows, and I'm also on Instagram, Orion_Meadows_ for those of you who are tuning in. So you can catch us on all those platforms. So another question. Let's see. Hip hop, right?
Okay.
What's your definition of hip hop? Because everybody has a different definition. So I'd like to hear from you. What does it mean to you? What's your definition?
If I had to create my own definition,
Yeah.
Because after finding out that hip hop is called hip hop because they asked who I think African Bambaataa, what is it called? And he just said the rap hip hop. It was a rap. The hip, the hop, the hip to the hip to the hip hop, the woo wop the bop, something like that. But to be contemporary and like to not be that guy, it just have to be. Damn, it's because the definition I want to give it is what it's not right now.
Well, I mean, it's your definition, though. It's your definition.
It have to be,
personal.
man, the heartbeat of communication, communicating raw emotion.
Okay.
That's what it is to me.
Okay.
Being able to communicate raw emotions, put it in words, and you could put as many words as you want. It's if you say it right, you can get it out.
Okay, so by you being an artist, I'm gonna get to the question that I was gonna ask earlier now. And I'm sure that you've seen a lot about this on social media, hearing about it. And you were talking about vibrations. You're an artist and you're a musician. I'm talking about vibrations. Andre 3000 and his flute album.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it says. And once you began talking about vibrations, that came to mind. But I said I wanted to wait a while. I didn't want to just jump right into that.
Yeah.
What do you think, man? There are some people who have had somewhat negative responses, or I'll say rather they seem like they're disappointed. What's your take? What do you think?
I respect it wholeheartedly. It's actually inspired. It was inspirational because I play piano too, and like it was thinking like, and I've always thought of like adding piano to my music, far as in it being its own element, like featuring a piano or just having a piano second type shit. So like him making a whole album of him just playing the flute and whatnot, and hearing it how you can tell that he ain't as great as he will be if he continue playing his flute. But to hear the level of confidence that he was playing it with, and at the level he was at, it was like, wow, I respect this. You don't even have to rap, you know what I'm saying? Because it just gives you that you aren't who people say you are. You are who you choose to be. So that's what I got from that, listening to that. Because at first I tried to be the hopefully he, it ain't that. It ain't just he gonna come on there and rap and say something. But as soon as I heard the first song, I knew what it was gonna be about. I had to shake it off and really just let it happen, type thing. I gotta say that is kudos to him. I'm proud of him for doing that, for taking that risk and taking that leap and stuff like that, and coming out and doing it. Because after that, that's when the timeline gets flooded of all the interviews he didn't have before I done found out, and he didn't put out flute projects under different names before and stuff. So this is something we've already experienced, and so so for him to come out as him doing it under his name, it's like, okay, that's what's up. For real.
Yeah. And like Andre 3000 was like one of my favorite artists. I loved Andre. And especially when I used to live in Georgia, but he was always one of my favorite artists. So I love the way that he challenges himself, and in doing that, he challenges others too. He raises the bar. Whenever he creates something and he puts it out there for the public to consume, that's what he does. So I appreciate him. I haven't had the chance to listen to it because I'm so busy doing so many other things, but I've just been seeing a lot of people.
It's good. It's good for what it is. It's good for what it is. I definitely play it while doing something, like while you cleaning or while you working out or something like that. It's one of those.
Okay, and one last question before we go to our commercial break. The state of hip hop. The state of hip hop in Chicago, right? In your opinion, what is the state of hip hop in this particular city right now?
Man, it felt like it's the aftermath of the explosion of what Chicago hip hop like did for the industry, and how it's like seeping in now, because like Chicago is so many different styles of genres of hip hop alone, not just music, but of hip hop alone. You got just to be cliche about it, you got Chance the Rapper, Big Mesa, and Saba, and that type of sound. Then you got Dirt, Herb, Bibby at the time, Keith, Reese, them, that type of sound, and it's like that they both became popular at the same time, around the same time, that style, that sound, and it just exploded. Like I don't really know what the state of Chicago hip hop is, because it's Chicago is it's complex, man. It's complex because we experience a lot, so we think Chicago already thinks Chicago is America. So it's asking about the state of hip hop, and is like I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because it's oversaturated. It's too much.
Right.
So oversaturated.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you for that. So once again, this is Orion Meadows. This is the Pick TV Network. Hello America. We are live from Chicago with our special guest, hip hop artist, Thomas Da Vinci. We're on Facebook Live, and we're also on Instagram right now. And we're going to go to our commercial break, and we'll be back to conclude with our show. We're going to ask our guests some more questions, and then we're going to get up out of here. Thank you for joining us, everyone. See you when we come back.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree. Christmas Eve will find where the love light gleams.
right, everybody, we are back. We are back. It's Orion Meadows on the Pick TV network. This is the Hello America program, live from Chicago all the way to Washington, D.C. And we have a special guest today, Mr. Thomas Da Vinci. He's a hip hop artist, musician, and we just been talking stuff about hip hop, the state of hip hop in Chicago and abroad. So good to have you here. It's been an honor
Good
to
to be
have you
here.
here on the show. So let's talk about Focus, right? Because that was the song that really caught my attention. We were at an open mic. And before we go there, hey everyone from Brazil, France, Colombia, Mexico, Panama, Paris, Peru, Argentina, Egypt, Canada, West Africa, the UK, Belgium, Australia, all the people who are tuning in, thank you for joining us. So yeah, let's go to Focus, man. That caught my attention. So we were at an open mic some months back. It had to be around March, February, something like that, because I remember I was doing something in April.
February.
Yeah, so it was around February, and we were at an open mic. He performed like 2 or 3 songs, but the Focus one was the one that really caught my attention. Talk about that, man. How did that come about?
Well, Focus. Well, that song came about. It's a part of a project called For What It's Worth. It's out streaming now. It's a collaboration I did with production group called Tokyo Ave. They're based out of the Bay Area in California. I knew one of the one half of the group because it's a 2-man group. I knew one of them. He's from Chicago. His name is Patrick Pryor. He's a producer, and he's one of my favorite producers. Like I know personally, like on that type of tip. And we linked via social media and talking about doing a project. He producing a project for me, and he sent me a package, and this was one of the beats that I wrote to first. Like when I heard this beat, it caught my ear, and I was like, "Yeah, I have to write to this. This is something." I ain't know what I ain't know what I was gonna write about, but I knew that whatever the sound was, it's something I need to write to. So how the song came about, I was vibing to it, and I should start thinking about the journey of an artist and how, because I used to frequent open mics a lot. Every artist frequent open mics, so you get around and you see how a lot of people are pursuing something, are aspiring to be something, and how similar it is to the average everyday 9-to-5 worker or person who's going to school and striving to be something in the field that they want to be in. And it is like it's one and the same thing that you need to to maintain that, and it's focus, to really understand that if you don't stay focused, then you lose it. You'll lose it. And this sounds dry, sounds blunt, but it was just a motivation for me to write the song. And so I started thinking about how to relate this message to the artist and the average worker, or everyday citizen type deal, and so that's why in the song I say, trust me right now, I need you to focus on the mission and the motive. I know it's hard, but wait until it's over. All you got to do is meet the quota, things like that. Like, these are things I feel like people that goes through the person's mind when they are trying to get through a day of work, when when striving for what you want to do, it takes a toll on you. You be like, man, I don't want to do this. I'm
right.
Maybe I should do something else or whatever the case may be. But sometimes you got to maintain that focus and be like, this is what I choose. This is what I want to do, and I have to follow all the way through. And because there has to be something at the end of it all. It isn't something that's worthless. And it sounds so big and dramatic, but it ain't. It's just simple as it is. Because we all have moments where we don't like, as little as when you're a kid and you don't feel like going to your grandma's house or whatever, or you don't feel like going somewhere, right? And you spent the whole day not wanting to go, and then as soon as you go, you had a time of your life. You had a time, like, if you just understood that, maybe I should just, I don't want to do this, but it's happening, so let me go with the flow and see what comes of it. And 9 times out of 10 is always going to turn out to be, you make the best of it, because that's what life is about, making the best of each day and each moment and stuff. But so with focus, these are all the things that are culminating as I'm writing and stuff, because I want to make sure that I get this energy off, like, so when people hear this song, they feel motivated to continue to doing whatever they need to do, whether it's something as littlest task as cleaning a room or fucking doing open heart surgery, one or the other, So, but yeah, that's pretty much it in a big ass nutshell of
Right.
what was going through and writing focus.
Okay. And so yeah, I appreciate that too, man, for that breakdown. So everyone, once again, this is the Pick TV Network, Hello America program. And if you like the content that you've been getting from us, if you are enjoying this interview, please donate to our network so we can continue to have wonderful guests on here, tell you about the work that they're doing. We've had state representatives come on here. We've had we've had state representatives come on here. We have had other politicians come on. As a matter of fact, I thought he was on there, but he's not on there right now. But on my Instagram, we've had artists come on here. We've had several activists come on here and talk about the work that they're doing. So please donate so that we can continue to provide you with this wonderful content and allow these guests to come on here and tell you all about all the things that they're doing, and hopefully that this will inspire you to focus on whatever it is that's your endeavor, right? So moving forward, before we wrap it up, another question I want to ask. Oh yeah, so top 3 artists for you.
Top 3 artists for me.
Right, and why? Give me a quick why.
Okay, quick why. And it's for me personally. Number 1 on the list is Kanye West. Why? Because he's my favorite artist. He's production, from writing to representation, creativity. Then number 2, it had to be, man, it's gonna be hard, but I'm just doing it for just for the sake of the conversation. Lil Wayne, because the creativity in his flow and in his lyrics and all that stuff, even though it isn't too much weight in his lyrics and all that stuff. It's just random, but the wittiness in his lyrics is like poetry to me.
Yeah.
Third, I would say I will have to say I'll have to say Drake. And the reason why I say Drake to quickly clean it up is because he broke that boundary of rapping and singing. Like clean broke the boundary of rapping and singing and found a way to make it work.
Only issue, only issue I got with Drake is, they say he doesn't write all his stuff.
Everyone gets help.
Yeah, but I mean, like just as an MC, I don't know, man.
He
Maybe
never,
a
wrote-
hook.
he never rapped anybody's lyrics word for word. Like
Yeah,
even the reference tracks that did leak, it weren't word for word. And what he was
yeah,
saying. But I get it though. 'Cause
yeah.
it's
Like I gotta,
easy to hate.
like even with Kanye is he's great. I think he's a musical genius. But like if I had to say MC, when people are writing for you, now I have to question how much have you written to of your work, because I know we know that some of his work like Jesus Walks,
Rhyme Fest.
Malik Youssef he's written some stuff for him too. So, but like as far as him being like just a musical genius, though, he's still that. But like MC wise, I'll take him down just a little bit because of that, right? So for me, I just have like Lil Wayne. I'm with him. I think like he has risen.
Okay.
He's risen to me like in my on my list, because he's still putting stuff out, and it's like, oh man, that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
He's not declining. It's just that you know how it is with the industry. You don't necessarily have to decline. They just like, okay, let's try to find a new thing. But
of course.
when you're looking at his work, he has not declined. And then Nas, like, when I'm talking like just some of the stuff that he's just created, it's just hard. It's just hard. Like his catalog, and then just even with some of his concepts, right? Nas,
One Love, that's one of my favorites. One Love.
One Love. Well, I gave you power, man. Like the Rewind. Who else can write a rhyme going from the reverse, the whole story?
That was crazy.
Like I'm just saying, right? So I had to say Nas and Lil Wayne. And then number 3 is like it's like a hard number 3. Like I got maybe 3 or 4 guys that could possibly be that in that third spot. You know what I mean? But for the sake of time,
I was only and to clarify my list, I was only answering for me. I wasn't.
No,
I got a list for like unbiased, and
right.
I got an unbiased list, but that was a biased list for me.
Right. No, that's your list. That's your list, man. We respect that. Another
3.
question. Yeah. So who is Thomas Da Vinci?
Okay. Thomas Da Vinci, like I said before, it's a human being on planet Earth, just like everybody else, but just trying to do something positive with my energy instead of falling into the norms of what society wants you to do with your energy. And so, yeah, that's who I am.
Okay. And this last question, and then we're going to head out. But before I ask this last question, I just want everyone to know about tomorrow's event. It is sponsored by One Aim, Illinois, which is a coalition that fights gun violence, trying to get laws changed so that we can have a safer community, right? We shouldn't have to live in a world where we feel like we are in a prison, because when you live in paranoia and fear and anxiety, you are in a virtual prison. So we want to have a safer community where people learn to respect one another and be able to coexist peacefully. So yeah, tomorrow, Thomas Da Vinci, he'll be one of our artists, Lottie D, Tony Mono Flow, and Mr. Just B. And we will have also other artists who will come and be part of our open mic, but we'll have a lot of people from the community coming, and we'll have time for people to also be able to interact. So I will be going live on one of these social media platforms. It'll probably be Instagram. I'll probably go live on Instagram, maybe Facebook too. But so just look out for that. For anyone that's not able to come, we're hoping that everyone will come. It seems like we have a pretty big list. But yeah, so events like this are very important to have in the community, bringing the people together, being able to have good dialogue, talking about something that's positive, but also allowing the local artists to be able to display their talents. So here's the last question for you. What can people expect to get from your performance tomorrow?
Artistic expression, for sure. And get artistic expression. Yeah.
All right. That's enough said. So with that being said, that concludes our show for the day. Thank you, my guest, Thomas Da Vinci. Thank you, Dr. Evans. Thank you, everyone who's been watching us all around the world. Brazil, France, Colombia, Mexico, Panama, Paris, Peru, Argentina, Egypt is in the building, Canada, Ireland, West Africa, the UK, Australia, Belgium, and of course, right here in our United States. Everyone who's been watching us on Facebook, on my Facebook account, Orion Meadows, on my Instagram account, Orion_Meadows_, on Pick TV Facebook Live. And also we're on Roku, and you will be able to watch us on YouTube and Twitter. So plenty of places for you to be able to go and be able to see this show, but also other shows that we have done. So look forward to seeing and hearing more from us. And we're going to have some other guests. We were running behind schedule a little bit, so we weren't able to get our other guests that we were going to have on today. But we will next week. We'll continue, and we'll have more guests on here for you right here on this platform. So until next time, I am Orion Meadows for the Pick TV Network. Hello, America show.
Please leave your message after the tone.
Hi, Dad. Do you remember when I was little and the time seemed to be dragging its feet, but I couldn't wait to be older? And you would always ask me, where are you rushing to? Slow down. Life is a journey. Enjoy it. You know, I've been thinking about your words a lot recently. I feel like I am always rushing, trying to keep on schedule. No matter how fast I run, I can't keep up. Is this the life that I've been dreaming of? I don't know anymore. Been fighting over petty things, wasting my energy on nonsense. I lost my way. Constantly thinking about what I need to do next, forgetting about the present moment, what's actually important. The stress is too much to handle. This needs to stop. I am ready for a change. I'm done making excuses for myself. Step out of my comfort zone and challenge myself. I'm ready to live my life. I want to slow down, start feeling and living life to the fullest. If not now, then when? The clock is ticking. I want to heal my mind, my body, and my soul. Take back that strength that I've been giving away. Fix broken relationships and connect to the infinite source of love that is here, now, and always. I'm ready to evolve, mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Hi, I'm Lauren London, and I play Pam.
My name is Michael B. Jordan, and I play John Kelly, Pam's husband. You know, we thought it would be cool to ask each other questions about our characters and just, you know, experiences around the movie.
There is a bowl full of questions that we have not seen that have to do with our characters, and I'm gonna pick up a question and ask him, and then he will pick up a piece of paper with a question on it and then ask me. How did you meet? The Christmas party.
I think I'm gonna defer to the Christmas party.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it was like a group of young actors.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, it was a mix of people in Hollywood, black people in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there was a group of us that were young actors.
Chopping
we were
up.
in that circle.
Yeah.
That's what I remember the most.
Yeah. Most memorable moment on set with each other.
Oh, the bonfire scene. I had to be very transparent and trust my scene partner because it was very raw, and because I took something from that I will take home. So I think that was the most memorable scene for me.
Yeah, I would say that scene, the bonfire on the beach, was like very emotional and very, like I'll never forget that as long as I live.
I don't miss you.
I know.
People always ask me what I hate. I don't hate much, but there's one thing that I do hate. The one thing that I do hate is a talker. A person that talks about what they're going to do constantly. I'm about to do this. Hey, man, you know what I'm going to do? Hey, wait till I do. Stop talking. Just do it. Actions speak louder than words, man. Nobody want to hear no hypotheticals all damn day. Take your hypothetical almost could have happened but didn't do it ass and go sit down. Be a doer. Go shock somebody, man. Show up with results so people don't have shit to say but, oh my God. I'm a oh my God type of guy. That's what I like to do. I like to oh my God people. Are you that type of person? If not, man, then try to become one.
I'm on my job right now. And I decided to stop over this overpass so y'all can see cars going north and south. Well, guess what? I go east to west sometimes. You know why? Because I like to break shit up. I'm a groundbreaker. God damn it. If you about this life to shake shit up, don't do what they expect you to do. Do the unexpected. That's how winners win. That's how great people become great. Because they do what you don't expect us to do. God damn it, I'm about to shake this bridge up right now. Hustle hard. Motivation Wednesday. Hump day. Succeed. Goddamn win it life. Take over.
While running, I had somebody stop me and say, Kevin Hart, why are you working out so hard? What are you training for? The answer to that question was not a goddamn thing. I told myself I'm training for myself, brother. At the end of the day, I'm in competition with me, nobody else. I make my own records, I break my own records. I'm trying to be the best person I can possibly be. At the end of the day, every day is the beginning of a new day. Don't lie, man. This weekend had your boy down. I was sad, I was affected by what's going on in the world. And this morning I got up and I reminded myself about my gift. My gift is the ability to make people smile, bring people close together. I said, Kevin, this is when you're supposed to stand up, goddammit. Use your gift so people, I'm back. I'm not gonna mope around. I'm gonna make these people happy in this fucking world. So goddammit, be prepared to smile again. I'm gonna do my justice, I'm gonna do my duty. I'm not gonna let this shit get us down and affect us. I'm back. Smile, damn it. Let's get back to smiling, let's get back to loving, let's get back to being positive. Let's not let this shit beat us. I'm gonna lead by example. I gotta step up, and I'm doing it right now. Motivation. That's what the fuck this is right now. Boss, shout out to my guy in the background. All right, look, man, wake up. Wake y'all asses up.